were in North Carolina, just inshore from the coast, Albemarle Sound and Pasquotank River. Now we are in the northwest part of the state of South Carolina. The upland country here, you can see where we are there, about 100 miles northwest of Columbia and about 150 miles northeast of Atlanta. That's where you find this Lake Hartwell impoundment on the Georgia-South Carolina line. You see our home base there is Green Pond Landing. So right now, let's catch you up on what we have seen here so far on day number 1 of 4 days of fishing with our Toyota Midday Report.
Yeah, we always love it when we've got a Toyota Midday Report and a lot of fish catches to report.
Yeah, that's way better.
Patrick Walters currently unofficially, and it is certainly unofficially, with 12 pounds 4 ounces, but we'll go with whatever he says. 38th place. I'm going to say he's got a little more than that. Looking for a big one sight fishing now. He said he's going to catch a 7-pounder. But Patrick Walters, let's say, making most of his hay, fishing the blueback herring, shallow points and shallow shoal areas. I guess the only one we've had on live this morning that did this all morning. He switched it up now, gone fishing a little shallow, looking for a bedding bass. But Patrick Walters, no surprise to see what he's doing. Very similar to how he won Lake Murray last year about this time of the year. So Patrick Walters, we're glad to have a camera with him.
Okay.
And I think we'll be seeing him all week long. He's certainly familiar with Lake Hartwell and with the blueback herring spawn, sight fishing. Patrick Walters, no surprise to see him doing so well. And like I mentioned, I think a little better than 38th place unofficially.
Probably so. He's done, oh yeah, you say done well here. He's won here in the Opens format and always finishes high in other ones as well, whether it's elites or classics that have been
did about like an
seen
ounce.
or Bassmaster Classics, Lake Hartwell. Kyle Welcher, certainly been the man at the top of the world in the sport of fishing for the past couple of weeks. An incredible display on the Pasquotank River in North Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of doing well here on Lake Hartwell, came very close to winning a Bassmaster Classic. Kyle Welcher, so with his success of recent weeks, especially his record-setting catch on Pasquotank River, Kyle Welcher, we had to have a camera with him today. He's mixed it up a little bit. He actually started around some schooling fish this morning, primarily spotted bass. And we've seen him catch some largemouth sight fishing this morning, been mixing it up, doing a few different things. We heard him say he needed to kind of get a feel for the lake more. It's just day 1 of a 4-day event. So Kyle Welcher, once again, having a great day on the water.
Kyle came so close in 2022, 5 ounces back, thought he had it won. Will Davis Jr.
Will Davis, officially leading, might still be unofficially leading, I guess, with 8th place according to Bass Track. But Will Davis coming in as leading angler of the year, and certainly had to have a camera with him. He's done well, won a tournament here also. Will Davis, along with a lot of these other elite anglers, have spent a lot of days out on this lake, and he started out this morning with a late boat draw, chose to start on some spotted bass that were offshore, caught him a quick limit.
Shaky fish.
Get a few fish in the live well, but since then I think he has culled those smaller spotted bass that he caught earlier. You see him catching some fish on soft plastic jerkbaits. He caught this fish off the bed. He's caught some fish on hard jerkbait. Mixing it up a whole lot, burning some gas, fishing throughout the lake. Probably like Kyle Welcher, trying to learn a little more about what's going on Lake Hartwell. Hopefully it'll help him later in the week.
Drew Cook, one of everybody's favorite sight fishermen, picked to do well here along with the other Drew Benton. They're both doing well on this day.
They are both doing well, and good to see some variety this morning. We've seen a little bit of everything we thought we would see with the 6 different cameras we have. A lot of diversity, knowing that Drew Cook and Drew Benton, when there's a fair amount of fish on the bed, that's what they're going to be doing, and that's certainly what Drew Cook has been doing most of the day. Caught his first fish on a glide bait. It was around where he'd seen a few spawning fish that may have been just still hanging around but post-spawn, but did a great job catching that one fish and talked us through it. Learned a lot there watching Drew and seeing him right here. Finally set the hook after about an hour of this fish. Looked like it was going to bite any cast, but
Yes.
Drew Cook doing a great job sight fishing unofficially in 7th place.
Now let's get out to Drew Cook now. That is shot live from above. All right, a little dark spot on the beach, according to our cameraman, Wes Miller, and that's what he's looking at.
Yeah, I can see the fish.
That stick just turned sideways.
Yeah. Super shallow, super shallow. Oh, wow, what a shot. That stick keeps turning around. Is that a clock? Is that a hand, an hour hand, minute hand, second hand of clock? Wow, what a shot.
Okay, now we hear that may not be what he's fishing for, but
Looks like he is looking down at his graph, Tommy, but
Is he looking
Not
down at
being
us?
a very good
Well,
father.
yeah.
or his waypoint from maybe up on his, his other graph for his marking this fish the other day.
So if you look right to the right of his right shoulder, you see that leaning, that lay down, that sweet gum tree there. Then if you look at the overhead view, do you see that tree? That is certainly to the right of, I don't know, it's not far off.
He's kinda
You see the
straight
two objects I'm comparing?
yeah.
His bait's not far from where we see that fish. He's looking a little to the left of that lay down. If you look at the picture on the left,
Yeah.
and then you look at the overhead, he is fishing a little to the left of that. That's where that fish is at.
I feel like his cast was too short. Like it's like it's maybe like to right where it gets to green from the brown, but I don't know what he would be. He's really changing gears if he's doing that, Davey, because he has been nothing but looking at him.
That fish that we're looking at that's up there extremely shallow looks a little darker than I think he should look, to be honest with you, to be a bass.
We need to say, hey, Drew, we don't think it's a bass, but
Yeah.
can you go up there and show us what it is?
We can't tell him.
And because we can see something from this angle doesn't mean he can see it
Oh, no,
exactly.
not at all.
from
Yeah.
his angle.
But he
I
is
was
not
thinking that.
casting that far up.
No,
he's
he's not.
casting
I
right
think
at the
maybe-
break of the. Oh, I just saw his bait hit. He's casting in the green, not up there. Would like to just fly that drone down and see. Drew might not like that very much. Looks more like a catfish.
Yeah, looks like it's a living creature. It's a critter, all right, but we don't know which kind.
I don't know. It looks more like a bass now.
God, that turtle just scared me to death.
It's not a turtle, Drew. And we can't say anything to him about this, because if it is a bass and he doesn't see it, we would be getting him in trouble
Yeah,
with
we would.
Tournament Director Lisa.
I just don't see. There's a slightly a light spot.
He's
but
not even casting that far up, though.
No,
oh,
I'm
you're
saying,
looking for
like,
a
I'm
bed
saying
for
where
that fish?
yeah, what that fish is even on, because it's not on rock. It's not. It's just in between. But there is a little bright spot there, but it's not near him right now.
I've seen his bait hit the water, though. It is nowhere near that. I've seen the little splash of his bait hitting in the green, the dark
Not
green.
like that as much.
It almost looks like one of those redfish aerials that
Yeah.
Wes does such a good job of
Yeah, he spots them out on the redfish.
spotting
yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's close to being under the boat. He's looking at now. 15, 20 feet ahead.
I need to be like, wait, what is that?
Yeah, you see, he's working his bait. Nowhere near where we're seeing that fish, where we're seeing that fish.
It was definitely This shark, the best. Missed.
The fish we were looking at up there extremely shallow is acting more like a gar, but it did not have that profile.
Didn't know
of
it.
a gar.
It
It looked more like a
looked
bass
wider, didn't
profile.
it? Yeah, it wasn't a fin fish.
Come on. Just bite it. Let's move on about our merry day.
Okay, if he leaves, then we can ask Wes to zoom in a little closer.
Fly right down on there.
I'm torn whether I want to know what Patrick Walter's bait is or this fish is the most.
Honestly. Knowing Wes, he may have some line with a hook, and he can just drop it straight down on the fish for us. You
I
know,
don't think Wes
We
is
could
resourceful enough to do that.
There it is.
That's what we are looking at. We are not
Ah, it's got to be a gar.
showing that to Drew. But
It's got to be a gar. Short nose gar.
yeah. He probably sees it, but
I don't know if he's done his software update for his fish sense lately, Davey, but he would.
Yeah.
It would have definitely alerted him that.
Drew Cook sees that. It's got to be a gar.
gar, jack, or something like that, chain pickerel, something.
Thought the whole time it's acting like a gar, but it just
Yeah,
didn't
I'm
look
fixing
like
to leave
it's
this
got
one with it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude. He just won't do it.
I'm saying it's a gar.
Okay. But we can't go in and check it out. till
What's the
Drew-
motto,
Drew has
Tom?
left. What's
if
that?
he doesn't care about it, then we shouldn't care about it.
Okay.
I think that's
that sounds fair. Well, I'll check back with him nonetheless to see how that one finally resolves itself. Randy Howell still on top. Been there for a good while now. Austin Felix, Paul Marks, Drew Benton. Drew Cook's down there in 7th place right now, just behind Jordan Lee and Jay Shakurit. Latched onto the lead early and fell down a little bit. Bryant Smith down into 10th place as it stands right now.